EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This will make it into the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. That is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
Carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled at the 30.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
The ball
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line.
Off of play action, it's Watson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans.
Touchdown.
10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
Fairbairn lining up for
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
think they've got to look at the play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On second down, it's Taylor. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, Mariota. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Fairbairn to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will make it into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor, 71 yards. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Faking the give. Now Watson. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deeper. This is caught at the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Brandon Cooks with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll try the jet sweep here. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 67 yards. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. Well, we're used to seeing big plays from him in the passing game. That'll obviously go as a rushing touchdown, and what a rushing touchdown it was.
And you got to think to yourself that this coaching staff has looked at his playmaking ability and said to themselves, why are we just going to throw it to him? Let's double his touches and make him a big part of the run game. That big playability, it was at the forefront on that one.
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
21, Colts 13.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
They'll take over.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Following the interception here, Mariota. He'll buy some time right. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
He was
the best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Ball carrier taken down at the 41. A gain of 5.
A first down throw for Mariota. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Jonathan Taylor.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Room here to run. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes, but receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Mariota. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. They'll run with Taylor. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Here's Pollard, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Colts are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap for Watson. Being chased out left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Jay Sternberger there. And it's 3rd and short.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
This is taken at the 18. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now? They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Mariota. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. First and 10, Taylor now. And now running, accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts have taken the lead. And that'll make this a 6-point game.
Makes the score Colts 27, Texans 21.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. We're getting closer here now to halftime, and we may need that halftime break just because there hasn't been much of a break in this first half. A lot of points being put up.
Not much room to breathe, is there? Because these guys are going up and down the field. And let's face it, if you're the offensive coordinator for either squad, pretty happy with what you're seeing. If you're the defensive coordinator,
you're not so happy.
You're frantically searching for something that'll work. You're on the headset talking to your assistant. You're checking your play sheet. You're going through your memory banks of all the tape you've watched. You've got to come up with something, anything that'll help slow them down.
Searching for answers. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of
Watson off play action.
3rd and 5.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
By the Colts.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tick drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
On first down, it's Taylor, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he'll go down at the 28. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Third and long here for Mariota. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Indianapolis.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and it's 3rd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Watson sacked.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off near the 42. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he's been able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Again, it's Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
On the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today.
A 27-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He's brought down.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Flexing his muscle at the 30. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 29. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
1st down, Colts.
Let's go.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And he rifles one incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. The give to Taylor. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 20-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd down.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8 at the 21-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Houston, it's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Taylor. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Eluding the pressure right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there was a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
He'll run it. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's 3rd and 5.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They will indeed snap it to Watson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Watson looks to throw again. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. And they pick up the 1st down there with a gain of 4. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They run once more with Taylor. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
At the 16-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing just outside his own goal line. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Take it at the 37. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Off the play fake, Watson. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Flush to his right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into Week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. On first down, it's Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Texans get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And he's brought down. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion, and sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on it.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll move the chains. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah.